Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday to you. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah, and this channel is all about helping you develop your personal style and in doing so, increasing your confidence. Welcome to all the regulars as well. If you're watching in live, do say hello in the chat. This is a live Q&A. So if you do have some cues, then I might be able to answer them for you here today, or I will do a future video on your questions. But I wanted to address something that has been coming up quite a lot when I'm working with clients. And I know a lot of you are tuning in outside of Ireland, particularly in the US, Canada, across the UK, India, Philippines as well, all across the world. And I work with people all across the world as well. And I've noticed something that keeps reoccurring. And it's this idea of, I don't know who I am today. And this is a big barrier for you in developing your style. I always say to people, we can talk about, the colors that work for you, what suits your body shape, and clearing out wardrobes and buying new things. That's all well and good. But if we haven't actually styled the mind, then it's not that easy to move forward and understanding how to style the body. So if you've ever found yourself going through some kind of significant change in your life, that might be you're returning to work after a break. Maybe you have finished having your children. Maybe you've made the decision not to have children, or you can't have children. All of these things change who we are. It changes our very identity. And this is the moment where we look in the mirror and we may not recognize the person that's staring back. Let me know if you resonate with any of this. If you've been through a stage in your life where you've thought to yourself, I don't know who I am anymore. And it happens particularly for those of you who have been through a major life shift. Something major has happened in your life. It could be menopause. It could be the breakdown of a relationship, and you're establishing yourself as an individual again. You may have been a carer for somebody, and all of this time you've been giving attention to others, taking care of others' needs, but in the meantime, neglected yourself a little bit. And it's quite understandable, and we all go through that. But what can happen is you feel that urge to find yourself again. So what do you do in that case? Well, many of us will go out shopping. We say, do you know what? I'm going to find myself again. I'm going to go out shopping. I'm going to buy new clothes and show the world who I am. So you go out and you buy those things that catch your eye and make you feel excited. But a problem occurs because those items may still be in the wardrobe, not worn, maybe even with the tag still on them. Let me know if you're relating to this. And you're going back to the same tried and tested outfits because they fit, okay, they work in a functional sense. And then the other items are left in the wardrobe. You kind of look at them every so often, you go, oh, that makes me excited, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to style it. It doesn't go with anything else in my wardrobe. It can't complete the outfit. So the problem there is we're entering into this circle of shopping. Okay, we haven't got it right. We've gone past the return stage. So what do? We'll try it again. We'll go out shopping and we repeat the same mistakes, hoping to get it right. All the time, we are building up this wardrobe of clothes that is bursting with so much in it. But yet we still haven't found our style. It's still not working. There's a missing piece of the puzzle. Well, I've got good news. I'm going to tell you how to find it. Oh, hi, Mary. Lovely to have you live from Eastern Arizona, USA. Hello from Finland. I'm a soft summer. Wonderful. Um, Fantastic. I know a lot of you join here for the color analysis. I don't know how many of you know, but I am also an expert and have a lot of experience in, body shape analysis, personal shopping, wardrobe editing, and of course, in behavioral sciences. So I have studied the mind, the mindset. And this is what I'm talking about identity here, because often it's not the clothes are that the problem where the problem lies. It's in the way we're thinking about ourselves. And that is where we need to reassess and figure out who we are today and who do we want to be going forward. That's the really exciting thing as well, because this is an opportunity to reinvent yourself if you wish. And you're probably thinking, Sarah, that's going to cost a fortune. Not necessarily. It doesn't have to. And I'll tell you why. I want to highlight my upcoming course called Streamline Your Style. And this is for the people who I've been talking about. Lost their sense of identity. They don't know who they are. They're struggling to figure that out. Because if we don't know who we are, we cannot dress ourselves successfully. Because we're tapping into all of these different personalities, and our wardrobe is just a mishmash of everything. So in Streamline Your Style, there's 6 modules. Module 1 is all about that mindset. It's about challenging who you are and slowing down the entire process. I do ask you to go on a no shopping challenge while you do this course, to give you that space, because oftentimes we don't allow ourselves that space. We think the answers are in the shops, in the stores. That's where the answers are. That's not true. We actually need to step back and give ourselves a little break from shopping or from scrolling or whatever it is, however it is you shop. So that is quite an in-depth and challenging module. I'll just put this out here. This course, it's not for the faint-hearted. If you aren't ready for a serious change, if you're not at your wit's end, if you're not really absolutely fed up with wasting your money, then you may not be in the right place for this course. This is for people who are absolutely ready for change and ready to put that work in. So that is step 1. Step 2 then is body shape and body confidence. Again, a lot of the times when I work with people, we all have these hang-ups about certain things about our bodies. Oh, my boobs are too big, my boobs are too small, my this, that, and the other, and we kind of criticize ourselves quite a lot. When I work with somebody, I get them to complete a questionnaire, and 2 of the questions that I ask them is, name a few of your favorite parts physically about yourself, and also name what you would prefer not to draw attention to. The second question, I get a long list of things. The first question, what do you like about yourself, is frequently left blank. That's not good enough. So again, there's some mindset things that we have to work on in order for us to dress our bodies successfully. So that's module 2. Then we go into color. We have style personality as well. We have wardrobe editing. And I always say this to people. Those of you who have been through the course know that wardrobe editing, it's not about, okay, you know what? I'm not wearing this coat anymore. I'm going to donate it or sell it or whatever it is you do with it. If it was all that easy, we'd have a wardrobe that is just functioning for us perfectly. But a lot of us hang on to things far longer than we need to. So it's about actually the process of letting go. And again, the mindset comes into this massively. And finally, at the end, we get into shopping again, but shopping very mindfully so that you're not ending up with a wardrobe full of clothes and nothing to wear. And there might be just a bonus module in there as well. So that course is on special offer right now. We start October 14th. A module goes live every week. I go live with you every week. So you have an opportunity to ask me questions, check in with me. The sessions are recorded as well. There's challenges. There's a support group over on Facebook if you're into that group work as well. And if you have any questions, do let me know. I'm just going to check in on the chat here. Mary says, I know my style, natural and body shape and proportion, but struggle when I have to dress up for evenings or special occasions. Yeah, I mean, I think, Mary, you're not by yourself there as well, especially after the last 4 years, because many of us have, well, the world has gone through lockdowns, from COVID, and we didn't have that opportunity to dress up, to go out, because like anything else, it is a practice. We can't expect ourselves just to be an expert and to go to our wardrobe and just put something together expertly if we haven't done it in a long time. If we're not going out regularly, we lose that skill. Like learning a language, if we don't use it, we lose it. So during the last number of years, I have seen many, many clients who struggle with something similar, Mary, who have, they're getting on okay with the day-to-day dressing, but when it comes to date night or attending a wedding or whatever it might be, it doesn't even have to be such a grand thing, just going out for dinner or brunch, they really struggle. So it's about putting these things back into practice. So don't be hard on yourself if it's not something that you're doing on a regular basis, because it is something that you have to work on. Oh, hi, Jennifer from Germany. Lovely to have you on. Karen, hi, I'm from Oxford, UK. Since Sarah diagnosed me as a cool summer, we've had a cool summer. Karen, you can't blame me for that, for the weather. We would have an oxymoron for that. Then we had a very hot summer here. Depends where you are. And Mamaki says, yes, dressing up to go out is hard when we know how formal or informal a dress is, for example. Yeah. In my second course that I created off the back of Streamline Your Style, this one is called The Secrets of Effortless Style. I talk about the story that each item of clothing has and what that item of clothing is communicating. So, when we are wearing our pajamas, let's say, that's communicating something. If I see you in your pajamas or you see me in my pajamas, I'm communicating something there. It's telling a story. I'm telling you I'm having a chill day. I'm relaxing at home. I'm ready for bed. There's a whole story that you can read from that outfit that I'm wearing. When we see a ball gown, that's telling a completely different story. So it's about understanding what an item of clothing is communicating and creating that or matching the story of the item of clothing to the event that you're attending. When things are misaligned, well, that's when you feel like, oh, I didn't get it right. This is out of place. I'm off with the dress code or something like that. So it's about kind of understanding what an item of clothing can function as. I hope that makes sense. Greetings from the Isle of Wight. Hi, Alex Louise. I'm cool and soft summer. And I can't read that. Is a winter black with pale green eyes. Wonderful, gorgeous. And this is something else I wanted to mention as well. So I know, again, many of you are on this channel because you love color. And that is an incredibly powerful resource to use within your wardrobe. it can bring a person so much joy to wear the right colors. It can make them feel, apart from looking great, they can feel amazing when they get their colors right. The wardrobe comes together in a cohesive way. Shopping becomes so much easier. However, you're ticking only part of the puzzle, or you're completing only part of the puzzle for your style. So let's say I go out to the shops tomorrow and I know my colors backwards. Okay. I can go in there and I can spot a great coat in my color from, quite a distance away. I can make a beeline for it. Let's say I buy that coat, brilliant, great color, take it home, and it's not working for me because it may not suit my body shape and it may not suit my style personality. We haven't got enough information to buy effectively. We're still missing so much information. So I know a lot of you I've worked with on color before, but please don't neglect the need to understand the other elements of your style as well. And I go back to the course as well, Streamline Your Style. Currently on special offer, not for too much longer. We're starting mid-October, and you can be anywhere in the world for this course, but it is going to give you that complete, rounded out understanding of your style. So if you've had your colors done with me or with somebody else and you're happy with that, there's more to the puzzle. And I know that from the names that are coming up here, I've worked with some of you on the complete, consultations for your style, and it makes a significant difference when you have that information. Oh, Alex, I can see now my cat is a winter. There was something blocking that. I couldn't see it, but your cat is a winter. I love that your cat is a winter and that you have identified your cat as a winter. Yeah, some of you might have seen through my Instagram, I do some sewing, and sometimes I make little doggy neckerchiefs or something like that. But I'll always make sure that they're in the color of the animal as well. Yeah, love that. For many years, I have dressed in work clothes, and I'm getting my clothes for my 5 years old, short and very curvy body. Yeah, so this, if I understand correctly, Kirsty, this is going back to that idea of the identity. If I understand correctly, that maybe you were dressing for work, or your wardrobe is full of work clothes, and maybe you're not using those clothes so much these days. There has been a shift in identity there. Maybe if it's a change of job or retiring or something like that, going back to the same job, having taken a break after having children, perhaps, you're coming back as a different person. Same job, maybe, same position, but something has shifted within inside of you. Your identity has shifted. And when you look at the clothes or you wear the clothes, you feel like this is no longer me. And there's something misaligned there. And it's really, you can't move forward without knowing who you are and who you want to be going forward. Um, so Jennifer says, so true, Sarah. When shopping, I filter my color and then look at shapes and style personality. It makes it easier in some ways, but harder in some ways. I definitely buy way, way less. Yeah, Jennifer, exactly. And I think I probably shop in the same way because visually it's easier to spot colors than shapes of clothing in a store. So generally stores tend to merchandise their clothes according to blocks of color. You'll see the warm colors together, you'll see the bright colors together, and it's very easy just to gravitate towards the block of color. Then you filter out the other things. Okay, what's good for my body shape? What am I trying to achieve here? What am I trying to communicate in wearing whatever I'm looking at? So yeah, it really does slow down the shopping process, but that's not a bad thing, because I can guarantee you most people going out in the stores these days, they're buying, of course, this is not everybody, but they tend to buy frequently and maybe inexpensively. And the low cost also means there's low risk. So let's give it a go. But actually, The result of that is having lots of clothes, nothing to wear, being massively frustrated on a daily basis, trying to get dressed. And then you go out and buy some more. And of course, that's not environmentally friendly either. So when we know what we're looking for, you may go to the shops, and you need to be prepared for this, by the way. You may go to the store and you may not find anything, but that's not a bad thing. Coming home empty handed is a good shopping trip because you're not compromising. That is really important. So it's not like we go out to the shop and we buy something and it's successful every time. I suggest to people, go to the shops frequently, have a look online frequently, because you need this to train your eye. You need to see what's available, but actually buy something very infrequently. And that should be the case, because to tick all of the boxes should take time. It's not always the case that you're going to find something that's going to work. But when you do, believe me, it is so rewarding, because it's going to stay with you for a long time. It's going to work with everything in your wardrobe. It's going to feel right for you. You're going to feel like you're communicating all the right things. There's nothing like it when you find that just the perfect piece. And if I just put that question out there to you that's watching, you don't have to share your answers if you don't wish, but how many of you can pick out 5 perfect pieces in your wardrobe? I'd say most people would struggle to pick out 5 things that they absolutely adore. And that's a shame, because I think the last statistic I read was something like that. The average person has something like 200 items in their wardrobe, and a very small percentage of that is worn regularly. Let me get into the chat here again. Do, 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 do. Just catching up. Okay, Susanna. Hi, I'm from Austria. Best greetings. Hello there, Susanna. Thank you very, very much for your wonderful inspiration, Sarah. That's lovely, Susanna. Thank you so much. Mary, I'm going through menopause. I'm wondering how to adjust my style and colors as I age. I'm a warm spring, petite, curvy triangle with a short torso. Yeah. So this, Mary, I suspect is, obviously there's, significant changes that can happen to the body during menopause as well. But not only that, the changes that happen within inside the mind about how we feel about ourselves, the stage of life we're at, that is very much the mindset that I'm talking about. We cannot be relying on the clothes to do the work for us all the time. We really have to work on doing the mindset. Karen says, how does your NLP training shape your color style consultation work? Great question, Karen. So for anybody who doesn't know, I am a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming. It's a mouthful, but all that means is I am trained in challenging the mindset and understanding how it can be used better. So it's not therapy, it's not advice giving. I will ask people certain questions depending on what they're struggling with, so that they can explore the possibilities within their own mind. And that might sound quite cryptic, but all it is it's really, there's a set of tools and techniques. A lot of it is conversational based. So it's not like I might say to you, okay, we're doing NLP now, we're doing coaching now. Sometimes I'll just ask you certain questions and it'll make you stop and think. And often that is when the biggest breakthroughs happen with my clients, is when we have those kind of conversations and they go, oh, I've never thought about that before. That's a really good question. And something switches within the mind. Other times I might do it is when someone is struggling with certain beliefs that are not necessarily serving them positively. So many of you can probably relate to, having been told something by somebody your entire life, when you hear something so frequently, you start to believe it's true. And it may not be. It may not be at all. It may not. It may be somebody's opinion that you've heard just too many times that you believe now is fact. You know, you can't wear yellow, or um, yeah, whatever it might be. So some things that we've heard before. That's an opportunity for me to challenge that as well. Other things that I've worked on with people is, things like, I've had a person who cannot go into a store because of a bad experience they had with the store owner. It was about the body shape, and it put her off going into stores again. And that created a whole range of knock on effects from that. And we had to work through that. So there's lots of it depends on the individual I'm working with, uh, what we might do or what we might talk about. So it depends. It depends. But I bring a lot of that into the course, Streamline Your Style, I have to say. Um, all right. So let's see, more questions. Um, Yes, nowadays I became so picky when shopping. Great to hear, Mamaki. But somehow it is so much fun to try on clothes that might not suit you, and when you don't have the pressure to buy anything. Love that. So this is something I would recommend people do as well, to go to the stores and leave the money at home. What that does is it removes any kind of pressure, as Mamaki says there, to get it right. And it gives you that opportunity to be playful again, because this should be playful, it should be enjoyable. Sometimes I'll go to the shop and I look at something, I think, oh, wow, I'd never wear that in a million years. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try it on. Because I've said that, I'm going to try it on. And, at this stage, I really have a keen eye for this, so um, I know whether something is going to work or not. But, I recommend this to people who are trying to find their style again, to try on the things that scare you and know that you're not going to buy them. So there's no consequence there. Everybody's free to try on whatever they want in a shop, and leave them be. And it just allows you to explore those things that you may otherwise overlook if you're trying to get it right. If you're buying something for an occasion or something, you're not going to allow yourself to explore that. So I absolutely recommend that. Go have fun in the shops, explore, leave the money at home, see what happens. You might be surprised. Um, okay, Chrissy says job is the same. It's easier to wear for work, but okay. But what I want to have for one still when traveling from work to work and for free time. Okay, so if I get it, Kirsty, it sounds like, okay, work wardrobe, got it, no problem there. But maybe it's the downtime that needs attention. And funny enough, I'm actually working with a client who has this exact issue right now. So they're really confident in their work clothes, and then they struggle with that downtime. And what we realized, a bit of a breakthrough moment the other day, was that actually it came down to a bit of a style personality thing. Because some style personalities really enjoy and have no problem with dressing up, but some style personalities really struggle with dressing down. So it was that moment of, okay, well, I know why this is happening now. What can we do about it? So again, and maybe it's also about transitioning that workwear into some of your off time as well. Some people like to keep those wardrobes separate. Some people like to overlap. Depends on the individual. But I'm going to say again, I'm really pushing this because I strongly believe in the course Streamline Your Style. In this course, I get you to explore what's in your wardrobe already in different ways. So you're not buying anything throughout this course. You're exploring what you have so that you learn from it. And by the end of it, then you are more confident in knowing what you want. So I I've won awards for this course, and people have said it's life changing. I go on about it because I believe in the power of that course. But again, not for the faint-hearted. If you're kind of thinking, oh, I'm looking for something nice and light and stuff, no, this is going to challenge you from the inside. It is challenging. And you have access for life as well. So I have people who started this course. I think I did it for the first time 2 or 3 years ago. Those people are still with me because we evolve as people all the time. Therefore, our style evolves. So they come back for a refresher or to go back because there's so much in the course. There really is. You need to come back through it again, a couple of times. So you have that access for life. Um, so Mary says, I have a small wardrobe though. Yeah, that's a great place to start. It doesn't matter really the size of your wardrobe. It matters how that wardrobe is functioning. So you really should be getting a lot of wear. If you have a small wardrobe, you should be getting an awful lot of wear out of that. If you're not, you need to consider, well, what essential pieces am I going to be adding to it? And are they the right color, right for my body shape, right for who I am today, right for my identity? It's got to tick all those boxes. Everybody always offer warm colors for me, and this saleswoman was very shocked to see me in my colors. Yeah, okay. Um, I think, I know certain shops, the people working there have some training in color theory, but I wouldn't like their job because a lot of the time a person is coming in, they're under artificial light, and maybe they're wearing makeup already, maybe they're wearing colors that are influencing what they see, and they're making a judgment off of that. And there's no way I would analyze a person under those circumstances. No way. So people sometimes say to me when they come to me, they're like, do you know what I am when I walk through the door? And I'm like, no, no, you have to go through the process. I might have an idea, but there are times when I have been surprised. I read what the colors are telling me, what's going on in front of me. That is when I know for sure there is absolutely no point in me having someone walk through the door and I can say, oh, you're a dark autumn, and turn around and walk out again. Um, because there's a chance there that I might get that wrong. And you have to let the colors do the talking. Um, Janet, hello, Janet. I'm a dark autumn. Looking forward to shopping my colors as we enter autumn. Oh, this is your time to shine, Janet. Wonderful. Enjoy it. Lots of gorgeous autumnal colors at the moment. Um, Opposite for me, says Mary, they try to pitch cool colors for me. I think it's because of my lighter skin tone. Yeah. And keep in mind that, if they're working in a store, color analysis is not their primary focus. Um, I also tend to be a little bit skeptical because I don't know, like, are they working on commission? Are they trying to push certain items? I'm always a little bit skeptical. If maybe that's you as well, but I'm always, yeah, a little bit like, sometimes I'm shown things and I'm like, not in a million years would I wear that color or shape or style. I think for a person to walk in off the street to a store that the person doesn't know them, to make some kind of judgment call on that is, I don't think that's an effective way to go shopping or to take advice. I would say it's better off for you to walk into a shop armed with your own knowledge, and then you can say to them, thanks or no thanks, with the knowledge that you have. That would be my take on that. I have a large wardrobe full of my wrong colors. Miranda. Yep. And again, you won't be the only one with that as well. There's lots of people out there with every color. And again, I referenced another client I was working with recently, who I'll be seeing shortly again for her color analysis. We haven't got there yet. We're doing a full process, but we were doing body shape, and I was looking at the wardrobe, and I just said, you've got every palette here." And she's like, "I know." So yeah, we definitely have to do some work on that. But yeah, I can imagine, Marantha, when you have all the colors or the wrong colors, it's hard to pair things together, and then you feel like it's just, when I know when I put the wrong color on me, it changes how I feel. I just don't feel my best. And when I wear the right colors, I just feel alive and my best self. And who doesn't want to feel like that? It's great to hear that you can be still surprised and that you work with what you see. Oh yeah, absolutely. I learned my lesson, by the way. I've been doing this for many years now, and the the way I was partly trained was to analyze a person just by looking at them partly, and if someone has dark hair, dark eyes, then they're a dark autumn or a dark winter. And that's just not necessarily the case. It can be the case, but not necessarily. They might end up being a bright winter, or indeed a bright spring, even with dark hair. So yeah, I kind of threw out everything I learned about color and just said, I'm going to let the colors do the talking, and not have this inbuilt bias about what to expect when I'm working with a person, because that will not result in the right outcome. So that's, well, I think we might wrap it up there, but just to highlight that course again, Streamline Your Style, I'd love to see some of you on it. We are starting in 4 weeks. It's currently on special offer, not for too much longer, and you'll have access for life. You will refine your style, not just your colors, but get inside that mind as well and really challenge things. So I think it's particularly helpful if you are somebody with lots of clothes and nothing to wear, or if you feel like you're starting from scratch with the wardrobe, you have minimal and you need to build on it and you don't want to waste your money. It's also good for you. But anybody who is going through that kind of transition in their life, whatever that might be, where you feel like, I'm not the person I was a few years ago and I need to shake things up, I think you'll really, really benefit from it. So we'll leave it there, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me live. I should do more of these. I really enjoy chatting with you live. And I'll be back next week with another video. So stay tuned for that. And those of you who are in the UK, by the way, I'm going to the UK next week, just for one day. So I'm looking forward to that. Stay tuned. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll be up to date with all of that. You'll find me over there as well. But enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. Oh, you're signed up. Looking forward to it. I can't wait to see you on the course. You're really going to enjoy it. I've no doubt about it. So see you on the course. All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.